$1 million to the survivors of families of these workers. And now we are going to take up the issue of long-term compensation. We have also taken up the issue with the certification agency, which issued this sort of blank chit to this factory that everything was fine. Now this is an Italian factory agency called RINA. They issued this certificate. Then we made some investigation. Then we found that they had never visited this factory. They subcontracted this to a Pakistani consultancy, who in turn had not visited the factory, but recommended that this factory should be issued a certificate, which RINA did. And so we are now together with a group of lawyers from Italy, France, Germany and England. This is a group which works voluntarily, and they have decided to help us in this. So they are filing a case against RINA in an Italian court for both compensation as well as criminal sort of acts that they committed. They issued this certificate without visiting, without ascertaining the fact, which is a criminal offense. So this was possible to do through a number of networks, local, regional, because we were in touch with the garment workers in Bangladesh, where they were also raising similar issues. There had been a huge fire in this Ashulia factory near Dhaka, and then after the Karachi fire there was another big fire in Tazreen factory, again near Dhaka, and later on there was a huge building collapse which also housed 3 garment factories apart from other businesses. And it seems more than 1,500 people died in that, including garment workers. So we were coordinating with the workers in Bangladesh and now with workers in Sri Lanka and India. So we want to work together, forming a network of workers in the garment industry, which takes up issues of safe working conditions within South Asia, which works for a uniform legal sort of a framework for workers in the garment factories in South Asia, because South Asia is going to remain one of the major sort of producers of garments for international markets. So we can use a combination of pressures within and internationally to get this common framework, plus a common minimum wage in South Asia in the garment sector. Because what happens is, for example, you will be surprised to know that close to 200 factories moved out of Karachi to Bangladesh. Their explanation was that we don't have much peace in Karachi. There are electricity failures in Karachi. But more than that, the wages in Bangladesh were considerably lower than the wages in Karachi. So they moved out. So this is a kind of a race to the bottom situation in that industry. So we have to find some safeguards, and that can only be done through collective action of the workers' organization, labor support groups, lawyers groups like Human Rights Law Network and similar groups in other South Asian countries, as well as labor support groups, trade unions and lawyers collective in Europe and North America. So this opens up quite some possibilities if we seriously wish to look at that. I think I'll stop here because we have to take some more important contribution. We can then talk about it if you have